So here we are again. It's been 4 years since my first video and the first Fantasy Six Nations, and we're back with another one. 2025 is upon us. The game is live. I've left links down in the comments for you guys to start and join. Many of you will be experienced and have seen these videos before, but if not, link down in the description to play Fantasy Six Nations. And also, if you are new, subscribe to the channel, like and also comment, reply to many comments as many of you know. But for this video, I'm going to keep it quite chilled. There's going to be, as I said, many of you who would have played and are just interested in maybe the new rules, but probably some of you who haven't played before, and this video will kind of be used as, well, my remarks for someone who hasn't played Fantasy before, but also it's 2025, it's a new year, also a new game. So let's see how we can gain most points, etc., and just my general overview of, well, the game and then some of the players as well. So the new game looks pretty cool. Obviously, if you've followed the Six Nations on any socials or been in the game, we have the new branding to meet align with the Women's Six Nations. M6N, Men's Six Nations, kind of makes sense. Obviously it will still be the Guinness Six Nations, but yeah, just a bit new branding, which means new branding to the thumbnails, so I hope you like. As every year, you get 15 players, make up a team, standard starting 15, and then you also get a super sub. Used to be we got 3 people on the bench, but now they've just kept it to 1, with obviously that chip being a super sub, someone who comes on to get triple points, and they have to come off the bench in real life. You get 230 stars for the whole team, which, given some of the players' prices, is a bit of a stretch, so you will definitely have to get some differential cheap players in there, and I'll be coming out with a video probably over the weekend, early next week, with like best cheap players, best players to pick, that sort of stuff. Of course, the better your players perform in real life, the better they score in fantasy, and I think to the autumn Six Nations at least, points are scored pretty similarly, both rewarding defense and attack. Slightly different for forwards and backs with like tries and stuff like that, but it is pretty much all the same. So you can see, try for a back is 10 points, try for a forward is actually 15. So definitely looking at back rows who get on the ball and are likely to score tries, as well as hookers, to be fair. Assist is 4, and this is where I think 10s, especially kickers, are going to get majority of the points. Assists usually comes from 10s. Then you get multiple points for conversions, penalties, drop goals. Defenders beaten as well, debatably 10. But yeah, as you can see, the next few are back 3 players with regards to carry meters. But again, for kickers, 50-22 is worth 7 points, which is a pretty hefty points difference. Then you come on to hefty points difference for forwards, such as breakdown steals, so turnovers 1, looking at the likes of Jack Morgan for Wales, maybe even Ben Earl for England as well, probably having less of the ball. Line-out steals are also worth 7 points, so again, second rows are not just useless as they were a few years ago. And then, as always, a big sway is player of the match. So they actually get another 15 points on top. So again, looking at like the best players on the field, really. Dupont seems to get loads of player of the matches, as well as Tomo Ramos too. Again, maybe looking at Wales and Italy, probably not going to get many man of the matches. So again, when picking your team, maybe just keep in mind the differential points here. And then very briefly, looking at some of the most expensive players, I've just picked them here. So at the top, pretty much premium back three, Penaud, Van der Merwe and Ramos. I think opening game at night in Paris, Penaud or Ramos definitely have to be on your radar. You can also see Dupont there as well. I think if these three aren't in your team on the opening weekend, especially against Wales, then you might miss out on a shed load of points. Penaud obviously off the back of a 6-try masterclass for Bordeaux, which was absolutely crazy. But similarly, Scotland are also up against Italy, so the likes of Van der Merwe, Russell, you can see there are going to be important. Definitely just balancing those cheap players as well with these premiums is going to be key. And like I said, bring out a video with regards to the cheap players as well. No, I just alluded to the fixtures, but here they are for round one. France-Wales, given the form French club teams are in, at least, France should absolutely batter Wales. And that is coming from an English supporter, albeit living in Wales. But I think it's pretty tough to see past a France home win, to be honest. Wales could pull something out the bag. It'd be very unlikely, just given the form. So definitely back French players opening game. On to Saturday, I'd also, heavily back Scotland, to be quite honest. I think if they're not going to win the Six Nations this year, are they ever going to win it? I think we say that probably every year for the past 3 years. But Tui Pelosu, captain, obviously injured. Massive dent to his own personal Lions tour as well. So how will they factor in? Looking at maybe Stafford, McDowell or Cam Redpath to step in, be a huge differential. But then Ireland, England, I think could be closer than people are thinking. Again, maybe down in the comments you can tell me this is maybe just an English bias. A lot of movement going on with Ireland at the moment. Obviously don't have Farrell coaching them. They've got Easterby instead. England are off the back of some pretty hefty injuries. So yeah, opening weekend, I'd probably look to go for heavy on France and Scotland. Also probably look at Ireland. They always do perform pretty well, but have some key players in there for the likes of England and maybe Wales. Like look at a Jack Morgan, who is going to tackle his absolute socks off. Probably going to make 20 plus tackles, given I'd imagine France will have all of the ball. So look at those guys. Obviously we'll come to a team selection video next week, but that's just my first initial thoughts with the game opening this week. If you did enjoy the video, as I said at the start, please give it a like. Also comment down below how you're excited, your players that you're looking at, or just general thoughts really on the Six Nations. But thanks for watching all, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.